The U.S. government targets Elon Musk. Some of the biggest Bitcoin wallets in the world are finally revealed, and an SEC attorney steps down in the battle against XRP. Welcome to the blockchain basement. Let's get it.
Bum, 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 bum. You ready for this?
I'm ready. Welcome.
If you're gonna screw me, at least pull my hair.
Hell yeah. What you got?
They could start chopping off fingers. They're like, give me your seed phrase, but I don't know it.
Out to give the numbers out. And I was like, no, hang up the phone right now.
Or like when it dropped in 2020, was it like exciting?
400,000 to 600,000. The generational signals are now.
Level. So I don't even know if we're gonna get back below there. But if we do, that's kind of where we.
If Dave Digital is not a mod, We're making him a mod today. You hear that?
I made him a
Owen?
mod. I literally made him
he
a
has
mod
a-
one time.
I know. Nick keeps taking him off.
Oh.
Let me get
So
it.
Man,
I
I'm
keep
sorry about
re-adding him. So you can do it from there?
Yeah.
Welcome one, welcome all. Flat Smack, C90 FTW, Sin Diesel, Beastmaster, Kodan, Shane Hansen coming at me with them hot memes in the Discord. Love them. Crimson Caravan Company, Montgomery Blevums. Here we go. We got, what do you do? You're in the chat? Hannah Hughes in the chat?
Hannah Hughes in the
Okay,
chat.
okay.
I'm always watching.
Solar Miner in Spain, Paper Hands, Moon Boy, TJ's Chicken Salad, Kyle Davis, XRP Belgium. Welcome one, welcome all. And of course, Chemistry Bro. Dave Digital, we're working on you here. Hannah's going to get you sorted out real soon. So thank you for joining us on this fantastic, was it Thursday today? It's Thursday today, right?
Yes.
Okay. Thursday today. It's been a fast-moving week. It's been a hectic, just chaotic week in the markets, obviously, but obviously across the world, there's a lot of stuff going on right now. A lot of hearsay on massive Bitcoin wallets. I know that there was a third biggest Bitcoin wallet that I believe there was reports coming out about it being Gemini. We have some kind of information that just came to light about who actually might be behind that massive third biggest Bitcoin wallet. But first, the first thing I saw today that kind of rang my bell first thing in the morning was this Bitcoin ownership from BlackRock. BlackRock owns 8.1% of MicroStrategy now, which is worth 12,244 Bitcoin. Now, the number in and of itself, 12,000 Bitcoin, is not a massive number if we're comparing this to the US government, per se, who has 200,000 Bitcoin, or other larger wallets that are in the 100,000 or 150,000. But the fact that this company, BlackRock, and Larry Fink is the guy that's on the screen right now, who in my opinion, my humble opinion, is more of the actual president to this country right now than Sleepy Joe. This guy is leaning in to Bitcoin in an open fashion, talking about it being the future of finance, things of that, which is very different than what he's been saying in the past. So, seeing this kind of action from BlackRock, kind of just acknowledging their ownership of Bitcoin, makes me super bullish on it. Obviously, I would stay perpetually bullish on Bitcoin, but BlackRock has, we've talked about it before on this channel. They own about 90% of the products that you own or that you buy in the grocery store, right? They have been buying up tons of real estate during the pandemic crash. They buy up every single little drip of blood and fear that the U.S. population gives out to them. They buy it right on up. So seeing Larry Fink be outward and expressive about Bitcoin ownership and just having access and ownership of this asset class really shows me the long-term staying power of Bitcoin. A lot of people have this worry that we're just in this tulips market, or that it's just going to go out of nowhere. In my opinion, Bitcoin mining and the energy spent to mine Bitcoin and to solve proven equations is going to be, it's like a proof of energy spent, or a proof of power spent. And obviously the most expensive thing that we see across the board is energy. All we hear about from ESG shills is that, energy is being consumed too heavily. We need to find renewable resources, all this stuff, while they turn off nuclear power plants. It's just insane. What you got? Oh, and sucks at ping pong. Oh my God. Hudson, you take that back. He's not even an OG member.
Fired.
Unbelievable.
Shots fired.
What do you have to say to that? Are you any good at ping pong?
I'll give you a lesson after this, Hudson.
I'm pretty bullish.
I'll give you a lesson.
I'm pretty bullish on Owen's ability for ping pong.
You sit right there and you watch it. By the way, we haven't had Steven on in a while. This is Steven.
Hey guys.
He does art sometimes.
Sometimes, sometimes.
Is that what your Twitter handle is?
Yeah, I put that on my bio, I think. But no, I've done. If you're familiar with JPEG Junkies, I did all the art for that. So yeah.
I want to look. I'm going to show you.
He does a lot, like all the graphic ATB logo, like all the logo. Steven does everything. Steven's a legend.
Anything visual that pops up on. I'm kidding. A lot of people here do a lot of stuff, but I kind of manage the branding direction of the whole company and stuff.
Yep, I love it. Well, it's good to have you on the show because you actually, you got some crypto inside. You got some crypto. You're in the mix.
I own some Cardano.
A little touch?
Yeah, just a little.
We're going to talk about Cardano today. I got a lot of questions. I'm a believer in Cardano.
Yo, Pune.
I wonder about the time frames. That's what I'm wondering about Cardano. Long term, I'm a believer. I know I believe that it's got staying power, but I want to be re-entering my position into it to be the most profitable that I can possibly be in the next bull run, because timing is everything. You know, you can't time the market perfectly, but you can have the right time in the market, and that can prove to be very, very profitable. So, let's just kind of look at the markets real quick. I know we did touch on the markets a little bit this morning. They are still right at 26K. Let's see. The biggest losers are really what I like looking at, though. I like looking at the biggest losers. We got Thorchain retracing that little pump. Let's see what we got here. It's the 1 day, 5 day overall. It's down by 5.75%. This is quite the run up, though. 56% on the month. And it really has just kind of regained this nice little pocket, this little sack tap pocket that I like to call. This is its overall graph. And I've been looking at this project a little bit. It's kind of interesting. They're looking to do away with the need for centralized exchanges and banks. So it's kind of a crypto-centric exchanging protocol that they're working on putting together, which I'm a fan of because I'm all about sovereignty and not touching banks with a 10-foot pole if I can possibly do so. It's tough to do in the current day and age, but seeing projects building out towards that, I'll give them a nod. Chainlink. Let's see. DZ's probably going to be buying some of this today. It's down by 4%.
He still owns that Chainlink, right?
Oh, yeah. No, he's been stacking for a while.
How much Chainlink does he own?
Probably like 10.
10 Chainlinks?
Yeah. Okay. He's probably up to 10 Chainlink. It's been a few years. Let's see here. Look at the year on Chainlink. Look at this. Hold on. Get my ugly face out of here. So this thing has really actually been pretty stable. If you take all things into consideration, it's down to $5.25 here. Up to $8.30 here. But in general, this thing has been pretty steady, Freddy. And if you look at this, the floor that Chainlink is building in this accumulation market is a lot higher than the floor that it was working with in this last kind of time frame before the real bull run kicked into play last cycle. And if I'm looking at this from a 10,000 foot point of view, I am seeing this as absolute strength in an altcoin project, which is tough to find in altcoin projects because usually they get crushed in bear market season or accumulation crab market, whatever you want to call it. So seeing this happen from Chainlink makes me bullish. You know what? And when I said, I brought up kind of my game plan, I have a lot that I'm looking out for on the markets. Now, I heavily tethered up about, I think like 90% of my portfolio, but I did leave behind 3 different cryptos. The cryptos I left behind to make sure that I have access to them in case I'm wrong and my thesis is wrong, the gainers in altcoins that I feel like are going to explode the most in the next cycle, XRP, Stellar, and Chainlink. Those are the 3 cryptocurrencies that I have left behind. Now, I'm not trying to bag on Cardano. I'm still a big believer in Cardano, but I got tired of watching grass grow. It got a little sketchy there, and I'm glad I did. I left my position. I got in 25 or 20 cents, got out at 40. Now we're getting back down into the 25-cent range. Let's check out Cardano. What do we got going for Cardano? I know Steven has been you've been like Cardano is like the main thing you talk about within crypto. And
it's my biggest holding.
It's your baby?
Moment. Yeah.
Okay.
It's definitely my baby. I originally got into Cardano when it hit all-time highs at $3.
Yeah. So you got right here.
Yeah, right there. That's right. No. So I was looking at Cardano a little bit before that. In the last bull run. I'm not all that new. I'm kind of new into crypto. Like I'm not that. I'm not like researching a ton. So like most of my holdings is more for like long-term gains.
Yeah.
But I was. I still saw a lot of potential with Cardano at its all-time high. Sure, very disappointing that it's at the price that it is now, but I still see a lot more potential for it to even blow way past that all-time high.
You think so?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. Well,
hey, thank you. Shout out, maybe a Band-Aid gifted 5 blockchain-based memberships.
What? Dude, this is the second time he's done this.
You're a legend.
You're a legend. Maybe a Band-Aid. Legendary and a very calming profile picture indeed as well.
Like looks 10 like Cardanos.
Yeah, I mean that's huge. He looks like he's fishing out there.
Eat a gang.
So I'm thinking about the entry point for Cardano. I want to be getting back in, as I said. Let's look at the year. So this has been the overall year. I left in the just under this green spot. So once we started losing this, I was like, no thanks. You know what I mean? I kind of got out basically right around here, put some money into my house and the improvements with that. And now we've been bouncing off of basically the same level. This 25 cents level may hold. If Bitcoin holds where it is and it doesn't go down to, you know what? I mean, what I feel like 19K is basically the bottom now for Bitcoin. And if we get a retracement down to 22K for Bitcoin, say, this still stands a strong possibility of going below this 25 cent level. Mm-hmm. But if you really kind of zoom out and have a longer time frame of holding cryptos, you know, that we're buying now into the bull run, then there's really not a massive difference between buying at 20 cents or 30 cents, right? So the timing for me, and again, you know that I tethered up heavily. I left those 3 cryptos behind. Now that tether, I'm not going to be going and buying more Bitcoin with this. Bitcoin is great to me the last cycle. I got in at a really, really great entry point, but I'm looking for things that are a little bit more aggressive on the upside here. What do we got from Elkin Buckslayer 4x4? Love the name. Good early afternoon all. Wondering all of your thoughts when you want to have allocated funds deployed before the halving. I'm about a third of my funds in. Thanks, long-time listener. Okay, that's a beautiful question. That's kind of exactly what I'm talking about. So now there's a few different the frames of mind when I have this. Now, in general, my time frame, I'm looking for a massive, massive dip or, you know, a good correction within Bitcoin and the rest of, you know, obviously ETH and obviously the rest of the altcoins around October, November, potentially even December. And this is all, you know, I was out playing music with my band this last week in Denver. I have a lot of connections to AEG, larger music organizations that were the heaviest hit by panty season. I almost said panty season. So thinking about that, I am looking for another kind of lockdown, basically. And with that, I'm thinking that we're going to get a really, really good dip in Cardano's price. I remember if you look at, where was it? It's right about, yeah. So in the abs, this is like the depth of fear when the flu season began last time. And right here was about 2.5 cents per Cardano. Now that ended up being insanely profitable, over 100x for people that were able to get in at that 2.5 cent range. If we get hit with another flu season scare and, you know, all the sheep start bending the knee, this thing could probably get back down to I'm hoping for 15 cents. What do you got? Is that Nick's?
Yeah.
Where is that? Is that in Slack?
It's in Slack.
Where is it?
Can you pull up? It's in our memes chat.
Memes chat? Okay, don't.
I think
pull
there's
up
a
my
troll.
screen.
I think
He's
there's
such
a troll in the chat. One
Let's
of the
see.
mods may take care of him. Same. I think it's like Hudson.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Hudson.
Yeah,
Oh
yeah,
yeah, there he
yeah,
is.
I think-
I think we
Hudson.
got a ban.
Unbelievable.
That guy.
Look at this. This is, where did this come from? Is this from Tristan?
Yeah, Tristan, our resident meme master general.
Oh my gosh.
Don't
made this beautiful work of art.
Oh my god.
Did Tristan do
Wait,
that?
oh
Yeah.
my god. so
That's
funny.
actually what is in Nick's office as well. I mean, this is no joke. That is actually what he actively has over his head during each work day. So just for context, so you can understand Nick a little bit better.
It's actually a picture when Nick discovered Bitcoin.
Yeah, I mean, this
when
is,
he like
The founding
invented it,
father.
yeah. Well, you know, you can't responsibly own crypto without weaponry. That's Nick's opinion, and I tend to agree with that. But yeah, through the fear and all the worry that the macroeconomic environment's having, and some inside sources that I have within the music industry are warning me of a incoming lockdown. I'm sorry, Hannah. I'm sorry.
An incoming.
I have to say what they are telling me when I'm sorry. I don't know
Wait,
what.
you're saying that there's an incoming lockdown
Yeah.
happening?
Yeah.
You know
For
what?
for what reason, though?
And this week, stop it. This week, I've heard this from like at least four different channels. Like there's something else brewing. And then yesterday I get on Instagram and there's a post about a mask mandate. And I'm like,
look at the, did you see the Atlanta colleges?
please, no.
Do you see the Atlanta colleges?
I don't want it.
All right, hold on. Don't pull up my screen. I'm going on my Twitter and it's super dangerous on there. So, but Atlanta colleges, I mean, a lot of people say that Atlanta or Georgia's a red state. It's definitely still blue because it's owned by a city center still, unfortunately. But there is a college that's reinstating these lockdowns. I'm going to see if I can find it here. But I've been highlighting just some of these things because I really feel like it's coming, you guys. Like, what's that? I have the same pick of Nick above my bed. Oh my God.
Dave
Dave
Digital
Digital is such a gem. I love
Dave
that
and
man.
Nick have a beautiful relationship.
They really do.
I really
It sounds to me Dave Digital is a Nick Maxey.
You think so?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, it's like they have like this begrudging love for each other or something, right?
It's like hate, but
You gotta love it. You gotta love it. Oh yeah, here it is. Let's see. So the mask mandate is precautionary move for just the next 14 days. So
Yeah,
2 weeks.
I've
It's
heard
only
that
2 weeks.
before.
You've heard that before?
I've heard that
Who's
before.
heard that before? Plus one in the chat if you've heard that before. Please let me know if this rings a bell. This is recent in Atlanta, coming to a college near you. And this is the stuff that I'm paying attention for. Now, a lot of people are like, no, there's no way that they could do it. They did it. They do it out in the open. They tell you what they're going to do, and then you're going to sit down and obey. That's how they operate because the majority of people are sheep. The majority of people are too afraid to move into scary upside and downside potential asset classes, much different than crypto, right? What you got?
I truly think just people just don't know how to ask the right questions or even when to ask the questions, right?
Yeah.
Because like a lot of people, like they hear the word mandate, like, I don't got the choice. You know, like I'm just gonna sit here and take it. But I truly think the people that get things and question it and do the research themselves are the real people that, you know, have the power
Absolutely.
to change
Literally.
it.
Great note because there's something that comes to my mind when you said that. So when I'm a prepper, right? I was looking out for a massive, contagion that could potentially happen, right? Because I was listening to what Gates was saying in 2010 about net zero, right? Yeah, you go look that up. TED Talk, Bill Gates, net zero. You'll see what I'm talking about. But when the panic came out, I already had my gas mask, right? I had the NBC, nuclear, biological, and chemicals rough training and understanding because it was part of my work. And so when the panic hit, they're like, hey, all you got to do is just go like this. Right? That'll solve it, right? No. Your eyes are the most porous thing on your body. This is why knowledge is power, because I knew that the most porous part of my body was my eyes that would be receiving this amorphous substance. And the fact that they were telling the remaining, like just the mass populace, that this one particular action is going to do anything, told me all that it was all a farce. So, Owen lookalike, Princess Diana, thoughts. Owen?
I love Hudson's brain.
Oh, that just caught me off guard. I'm sorry. Whew, that woke me up.
I could see it a little bit, but she was ahead of her time. She had the short haircut before it was cool.
A troll.
She's beautiful. She's a fashion icon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Princess Diana
love
outfits on
Diana,
Pinterest.
though, of all
Yo.
people.
Princess Diana. I mean, you
Dude.
got the flowing haircut. It's the flowing hair,
Dude,
Owen. I
She's
told
an
you.
icon.
You
That's
were
a
just literally called
compliment.
a princess. You don't feel pretty?
Yeah. What the hell, Owen? Say thank you.
They're going
She
away.
died under suspicious circumstances. I would
Yeah.
say that. Going very fast in a tunnel, in a limo.
Yeah, ask the king, please.
Yeah, that's the king. Yeah, that whole thing. Oh my God. We should do a bunker episode on that.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
We
you
should do a bunker episode.
Yes.
on
You
that.
should for
Okay.
sure.
Well, anyway, so seeing this Atlanta College rolling out this precautionary measure for COVID variant 24/7 in Atlanta, more coming to you. You better watch out for this because this is serious as a heart attack, pun intended. Pfizer. Look at their earnings. So this is their year-to-date earnings. Not doing so hot. Actually, they made a killing in the beginning, but now they're sitting on tons of stock that was refused by the mainstream populace. So what do you do then, right? you move in another need for the same type of product. And here they are losing money hand over fist. We know that the medical industrial complex is probably the most powerful entity outside of the military industrial complex on Earth. And I would imagine that this graph is connected to this headline. That's what I'm ascertaining. So, beyond all of the things, we're going to be getting back to crypto. We're going to look at other projects to make some money in this next coming bull run, right? But here's some alpha for you. Bam. So if you're in a city center and you get another summer of love where you're surrounded by peaceful flames and buildings burning to the ground in a justice manner in your local neighborhood, you might want to consider a ghillie suit to make it out. And this is a fantastic application of human ingenuity. Now, let's say you're in Seattle. You're just hanging out at Starbucks.
Blend right in.
All of a sudden, things start getting a little wonky, right? Having a ghillie suit made of trash will keep you invisible in these downtown
people
locations.
in Atlanta need this.
Yeah,
they need this.
You know what?
How much trash is there around for you to have a ghillie suit made out of trash? Like, what?
Yeah, no. If you go to downtown Denver and you go to downtown Seattle, you go to Portland, you go to San Francisco, you are going to be shocked by, and you know what? Actually, Atlanta, for the most part, the north side of it, really not that bad in comparison to Denver. I was just in Denver, and it looks pretty sad. I did see you see the people on Trank on the social media platforms. They're, kind of looking like zombies and they're hanging out. That's a real thing. Fentanyl is taking many, many lives in the United States, and that's not being addressed by the mainstream media because it's too sinister. It's coming from China. They're feeding us fentanyl to kill us off. And our weakness within people that are addicted to opioids or different types of, prescription pharmaceuticals, they're the ones that are going to fall victim.
Did you guys ever see that story of like people flushing down their drugs down toilets, and then like fishes are biting or eating the drugs? So there's like fentanyl fed fishes out there.
And then what do we eat?
Yeah, like you can possibly even get like, I don't know, on fentanyl. If you eat
I mean, like, what do we drink also?
Estrogen.
Doesn't the water system, isn't it just like it's all like a rotation?
Contaminated.
It's disgusting.
It's
actually.
Contaminated.
They like clean our water and then we drink it.
There's forever chemicals in it, though. You know what I mean? Like
clean? No. Is there
you can do
fentanyl
a
in
reverse
it?
osmosis. I believe reverse osmosis is, but then you take a lot of the mineral properties out of regular water that really are beneficial for you. So we're ending up with a situation where you kind of need to take a concoction of those essential minerals on top of reverse osmosis water to get the right type of stuff in your body. It really sucks. Be prepared. Okay, I'm talking about another, and I bring up all of this chaos because this is where the opportunity is. When everyone's running scared and they're masking up their face and leaving their eyes wide open to get handled, this is the time where you are able to move in while others are scared and move forward, because the best kind of defense is a good offense, especially in finance. And it is my opinion that there will not be a Social Security available for people of my age demographic. That is why I am willing and more aggressive about what I invest into so that I can actually have a long-term solution for my family, a large family. It may not look like it, but I do. I got 4 wonderful kids, wonderful wife, and I am looking to put together a lot of houses for them, basically. This whole own nothing and be happy initiative that the World Economic Forum's put out has basically just... it's turned a switch on in my body where now I know that this is not a joke. This is not just some kind of talking point that'll die away like Man Bear Pig and Al Gore. Like, this is a real thing that's coming down the pipeline. So with that being said, let's take a look at where the markets are. I'm going to try to talk about different time frames, but essentially, this is from Tim Warren. He's talking about his trading zone in Bitcoin. He was looking at this 26,800 level is where kind of the top of his range is, and then $25,300 is the bottom of his range, roughly, give or take. So this is kind of like, from my opinion, and I'm not trying to put words in Tim's mouth, this to me looks like we either hold and break above this level and kind of do a Bart Simpson pattern that I know a lot of hopefuls are looking for out of the Bitcoin market, or you have another pandemic, you have another big scare,
Black Swan
and
event.
markets run, right? And I wouldn't call it a black swan because I'm calling this shit right now. You know what I mean? And like, I have a lot of conversations with very intelligent people, and I don't take away from any of their intelligence, but I get a lot of people kind of raising their chest like, I called Ukraine in 2020 after it already happened or whatever. I called COVID in 2014 with my music, and I told people about what was coming, and I was prepared to buy the dip. This is the next dippity dip that I'm looking for to get. So in this range, I do think it's potential that we hold, if this 2.0 process for COVID doesn't happen, I don't think that we're going to be able to touch, that 19.5 level for Bitcoin. And, these trading zones, I mean, basically they're just indicators. Like if we go above this and break it beyond that, then that tells me, oh, snap, we're heading back up to 30. It's probably time to get back in, but not back into Bitcoin. I'm going to be getting into altcoins because I want a higher return for my investment. Catching Bitcoin at $3,500 a coin it took a lot of patience, and it still felt like a mistake when I was doing it, right? You have the entire economy crashing around you. You have this big pile of fear in you and your loved ones. Everyone's scared, and they're wondering, why are you buying this imaginary internet money, right? Like, well, it's not imaginary internet money. It's backed by actual work. Your fiat dollar is backed by nothing besides war and profits.
It's also imaginary money.
It's also imaginary money. Look at the
means
digits.
nothing.
Everything is fake. Nothing is real.
Yeah.
And it's losing value.
Yeah. They did The Simpsons on this.
They did.
Oh, are they talking about the direct energy weapons? The Simpsons are talking about.
It.
Simpsons did everything. That's always been a thing. And this year it's been a crazy ride. This is just gonna kind of explain how our feelings have been. I'm gonna pull this up full screen. This is a great video. Are you feeling ready for this, Owen? Holding. All right.
Oh my God, it's Josh. I love Josh Peck. Oh my God. This is David Dobrik.
This is it. But right here. This is where this channel started. We were at $15,000, $16,000, $17,000 per Bitcoin, and everyone, it literally felt like every crypto influencer online was calling for 10K. Super unpopular to say that the bottom was the bottom when the bottom was the bottom. But we here on The Basement, we're indeed calling that the bottom. So I do take a lot of pride in that, because that took a lot of guts and a lot of pushback against really much larger influencers. And me, myself, I don't really consider myself a large influencer. I am on Twitter. You can find me at Druth Crypto. That's about as much. And then also hit merch. I should probably, at the end of the show, show you guys the t-shirts that I have for sale. We've been actually selling them pretty good, and it's been nice to see. I actually saw one in Denver. A buddy, a friend of the channel, was wearing one of the Drew shirts in Denver. That was really cool to see. It was nice.
That's what I mean? Cool.
It was cool. But, there's a lot of power in this group. What do we got? Alex Jones said mask mandates come back in September. Lockdowns in December. Info came from a manager at TSA. They said that's where they are told now.
Yo, hold on that note.
What's that?
Last night I was with two bankers. We went to the Braves game with like a group, but there was two guys that work at banks there. One of them works at Chase.
Why are you friends with them? Ugh.
Your friends?
I just met them last night, but I was talking about crypto, and like they're cool. Like they like understood everything. You like a lot of the traditional people, they like disagree as soon as you bring up crypto, but they were cool. Like they would like hear me out and have a conversation. And they said I was talking about like the future and like how the U.S. dollar is like losing value right now, and one of them was like, yeah, something like banks are like preparing. Like he said something. I'm not gonna say like verbatim. That's exactly what he said, but he was like, something's like banks are. I was like, we'll see.
Really?
I get really skeptical whenever I hear people like rumors like this. Like, oh, it's like something's gonna come up. Like I really do feel like rumors like this are being spread to just kind of show a lot of fear and like for people to kind of prep for this, because like. I don't know. A lot of people did call the pandemic before it started, and at least before it came to the States. But it didn't really hit until like there's that 1 week that everyone in the States just started realizing, oh snap, we're
March
in the pandemic.
15th, 2020.
There you go.
I remember the
and
moment.
that came out of nowhere.
That was my
So
spring
It
break.
did not come out of nowhere.
Well, no,
and then
to most
never went
people-
back to
Yeah,
school.
to most people.
to most
it did.
people. But now this giant rumor that, hey, mask mandates are going to come back again. There's another COVID variant going around. Like I really think like we're being played here. Maybe. Who knows?
I hope
don't
so.
know.
I do believe that there's an actual, like, COVID is just still going on. It's a flu. What do you call it?
I got it 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, you got it a little bit ago, and
Yeah.
it's a mutating situation, right? So you have a virus that's just like the other flu. It's a moving target. It's hard
So
to create
weird.
a vaccine that's effective.
I'm noticing now people with COVID that are getting COVID now, they're not even spreading it. Like I don't know how my fiance now didn't even get sick at all. So,
Really?
Yeah, and the last time she got COVID, I didn't get sick. So,
Okay.
I'm starting to see that too. Like it's not even spreading as much as
See,
before.
this is the alpha. COVID, next COVID, non-communicable. No, you heard it here first.
COVID too.
Yeah, COVID too. Let's look at the overall crypto cycle. We got to figure out if we're actually here. So this is the psychology of the crypto cycle, right? Get my ugly face out of here. This is Bitcoin's, just overall movement and price. And, you got the nice little pump here, little double top. Now, this is our past bull market. This overlaid up here is what expectations are in the incoming future according to the past. So I will buy lower right here. And that was absolutely where this channel was saying, my God, it cost $19,000 to mine a Bitcoin and we're selling them for 15. We are going ham over fist right here, right? Very unpopular opinion. We did it. Turned out good. Now we head up here. Bull trap. It's a bull trap, right? And yeah, this is the little pullback that I'm looking for right here, you guys. And you know what? This is why I'm watching that kind of range that Tim was talking about, because if we break above it, I know that it's time for me to move into those Cardano positions. I know that that's time for me to move and double down on my Chainlink, on my Stellar, on all the projects that I really feel good about staying power. Now, you head up a little bit, it's still below all-time high. You have futters. Oh, man, and then it just rips absolutely past. I am so stupid. I will buy the next pullback, and that is just where things look well out of hand and out of reach. What the F? It's going higher. Buy it. Panic buys here. Now, I've met many people just in the regular day-to-day life, business owners, normies, whatever you want to call them, that bought the top and absolutely got wrecked and hate crypto and talk a lot of trash about it because they follow mainstream media. They're not following alpha channels like this one, the Blockchain Basement. They're not following, all the research that we do in the morning for the BitBoy live stream show. And then here, they got the thank God I bought, pump it. They get a little bit of a pump. Oh, yeah. And then they're perpetually bullish. This is in the next cycle. This is where we're going to be calling for 250, 300K Bitcoin within this next bull cycle. You can take that to the bank. I'm looking for up to $150,000 of Bitcoin in the next cycle. But there will be the talking point in the future saying that 250, 300K is coming. Now, it is coming. I just feel like it's a little too soon. You should be looking for those levels somewhere around the 2028, 2030 timeframe in the later on bull markets. Okay. The real juice right now is, in my opinion, going to be in the altcoins, but you can't get into them too soon because they will get wrecked if right here, if we just go down a little bit, just like this, down there, and we retouch this 20K level, the altcoin levels that we see right now are going to be crushed. So be cognizant of that. Have a game plan for, contingency plans. I was talking about contingency plans to Bobby this morning about our prepper channel. That matters a lot. I like this graph. It's a lot to talk about here. And then so you just have this pullback, massive pullback right now. Just a small correction. Everyone's kind of just talking themselves into it. It's going to be okay. The 4-year cycle has been broken. We're going to keep continuing up because MoneyGram is using crypto now, and we have all these, exciting news articles telling us that it's already happened and crypto adoption is here. No, it keeps going down because it is timed.
Do you think that it is still too late to make like life-changing money and investing only in Bitcoin?
Depends on how much money you have.
Right.
Now, if you
already have life-changing money.
Yeah, if you already have 100K, then you're going to crush it. Like you'll get up to 300, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think a 2 to 3x is reasonable for Bitcoin. at from its previous all-time high, right? That's talking a 2 to 3x from its 69K level, right? Putting it somewhere around 150K, anywhere from 100 to 150K seems kind of like in general my target for the next Bitcoin cycle. The real life-changing money that I've experienced is getting early and believing in altcoins at the right time, and granted, I understand and acknowledge I came in at a really, really good time last bull market, but guess what? It wasn't by accident. It wasn't just because I was like, you know what, it's flu season's here. I'm gonna randomly hop onto Coinbase and throw my entire savings account into cryptocurrency while everyone's telling me I need to buy toilet paper and prepare for 6 months of lockdowns, right? No, it was about conviction. I was convicted that the movement of humanity is moving digital. I am seeing brick and mortar retailers go out of business because people are moving online for their purchases. And I am seeing the transaction there within go digital. What are we talking about when we're talking about cryptocurrency? We're talking about digital payments infrastructure. We're talking about basically an entire new paradigm of what is backing fiat. In 20 or 30 years, Bitcoin is going to back fiat currency. I'll just say it that way. We are going to have a battle between BRICS and we're going to have a winner. Now, for those of you that don't know, at the end of World War II, there was something called the Bretton Woods moment, where essentially the backing of world currency, the top world currency being the US dollar, because they won the World War II championship, was handed to the United States. Then we pulled off the gold standard. What's that? What do you got? What are you pointing at? What's your prepper channel?
That's the second time he's asked.
Oh, Veteran Crypto. So my prepper channel is actually this channel, because every single other channel I've had has been deleted off the internet. But this channel, Blockchain Basement.
I kept deleting your channel off
You
the internet.
did?
Yeah,
that was
me.
you?
Yeah.
Unbelievable. You can stay right here on this channel every Saturday. We come out with what we call Blockchain Bunker episode. It's where I basically rant against the CIA, rant against the Federal Reserve, rant against the Pentagon. I rant pretty much. I leave no stone unturned in the Blockchain Bunker. So make sure to check that out. It comes out every Saturday. The next video we have, it's pretty highbrow, very deep information dig on AI systems and the implications of what is coming, in my opinion, over the next 10 years within the development of AI systems, the placement and usefulness with humankind within that system, and what we can do to leverage against it. What you got?
Do I got opinions on AI? But I wanted to really clear up real quick on what I mean by life-changing money. Like I really meant like more of a financial freedom of you to do more moves, right? Like someone starting out in college that only has like $1,000 in their bank account.
Yeah.
You really can't do much. All you can do is work, save, and hopefully make more money, and maybe invest a little bit to kind of get you that extra boost. But when I mean by life-changing money, it gives you more options. So the more options you have, the more options you have to change your life.
Yeah.
Now, when it comes to AI, right? As an artist, I have a ton of opinions about AI.
Oh, I'll bet.
Yeah.
It's got to be an interesting thing. Right?
Yeah, it's super interesting, and it's funny. Our editor Tristan, he actually sent us a video on how everything is remixed, right? Like at least in the art world, and even especially in the music industry, nothing is original. Like you'll see songs where they'll sample different parts of songs from different other songs and create something brand new.
Yeah.
Right. And me personally, that's how I'm seeing AI. Right. Sure, there's some ethical problems in there, like sampling art from other people without their permission, right? But at the same time, like these things are just tools, and it's up to us how we utilize these tools. And we see this from time and time again, at least in the art world. Like a lot of people freaked out over 3D animation. Like, oh my God, traditional hand-drawn 2D animation, it's dead forever. Right. But because now 3D is going to take over. And that is absolutely not the case, especially if you saw a movie like Spider-Verse. But yeah, I truly think AI isn't going to replace human creativity.
Yeah.
It's just an additive tool to make things easier, cheaper, and quicker. We're just going to see maybe potentially an oversaturation of a market, depending on what market these tools are going to be used first. My my guess is really just like NFTs and crypto art and stuff.
Yeah.
But
dude, look, have you seen what they did with Cartman singing every song?
Yeah.
That literally Cartman is going to take over the industry as far as singing. Check this out. If you haven't seen Cartman Every Time We Touch, the musical, this is this is amazing.
Wait, I'm so
you want to listen to it, Owen?
Yeah,
He's
yeah,
having no. You want to hear it? All right.
Owen got up to put the headphones on.
I know he's getting ready.
Also, fun fact: I do use AI on some of our thumbnails.
Do you?
So,
Yeah, Photoshop has the beta.
Photoshop. I use Midjourney.
Midjourney is
It
cool.
makes my job a lot easier.
Literally, it's a tool.
Forgive me my weakness, but I don't know why. Without you, it's hard to survive. 'Cause every time we touch, I get this feeling, and every time we kiss, I swear
God, it's so good. I could literally listen to it all day.
This is why we needed AI. We needed
So-
AI.
Does Owen,
Yeah,
does
dude.
Owen speak? Can you sing us the verse of Every Time We Touch real quick?
Come on.
You do. He's opening up
Chair and I
slow.
want to sit on the couch. Okay.
Yeah.
He's opening up slow. He's like an onion. He's got many layers. I've been having to peel them over slowly.
Here's a little rose.
Yeah. Here's from Crypto Rover. I did mention this at the beginning of the show, so I just wanted to touch on this. It looks like the secret wallet that has bought.
Audio fix.
What's that?
What's that?
Oh,
I think we still got the echo on.
Hopefully it sounds like reverb. So this is the secret wallet that bought $3 billion worth of Bitcoin in the last 3 months, and it belongs to Robinhood. While you panicked, they bought, right? And now, obviously, they're not like me. They're not trying to cook, they're not middle class, right? I'm a middle class person that, yes, I own land and I own a home and I own vehicles, but I think we still got echo.
It says it's fixed. Some people say it's echoing.
I think it's fixed.
They're freaking out. It's freaking out. They're freaking out,
Dude.
They're freaking out, man.
Stuff like this. Stuff like this makes me so bullish for Bitcoin.
Yeah.
Like all these institutions, they're literally prepping themselves. For the next bull run.
Yep.
Why isn't everyone else doing the same? Right? Like you gotta see where the big money's doing, and if the big money's buying Bitcoin, sounds to me we gotta buy Bitcoin.
Absolutely, man. And like that plays. I want to go back to that question. That I don't know who asked it, but they said if I have $1,000, what should I do? Well, the first thing you should do is make sure that you are creating flows of income. That could be starting your own small businesses. That is being, finding new avenues to make more money. But if you have $1,000 to use in an investment portfolio, I have two options in my mind. This is what I would do. I would hold it in cash until we either go above 32K in Bitcoin, and then I hammer down on Cardano. I go after XRP. I go after some layer 2s within Ethereum. Layer 2s are going to be a thing. I'd be looking at Ajax for the AI narrative from Cardano. I'd be looking for different things like that. And it's not that I think Ajax is going to take over the world and be this cryptocurrency that runs everything, but it's going to be a narrative because normally you see all these AI headlines all over the place. They see AI crypto, mash them together, and it's probably going to do really, really good in the next bull run. That's what I call me crazy, but I just think people have a short attention span. They're going to see AI and crypto. Both are going nuts. You saw what happened with NVIDIA's earning call. They're crushing it. Data is the new gold. That's what I will say. What you got?
NVDA.
Yeah, you're in on NVIDIA?
Yeah.
You bought the stocks?
Yeah.
You're a stock trader now?
Some stocks.
I'm invested by buying their very, very expensive graphics cards.
Are you really?
Yeah,
that's why.
yeah. I bought a 4090 recently. So it put me back. But thank you, Cardano, for helping me pay for that.
Commodities arbitrage.
Did you have to
Fantastic.
buy that on the used market?
No, I bought that brand spanking new.
Nice.
Yeah. I made a killing when Hillary thought she was going to be president and break that imaginary glass ceiling. I went and bought a bunch of lowers, AR lowers, and very, very valuable. After
in college, I was a lower.
Oh my God! Some chaos just came in. Huddy just broke into the office. What do we got here?
Oh my god.
snap.
Oh
my gosh. Can we zoom in? Can we zoom in on this?
My God.
Can we zoom in on this?
Please.
Owen, do your job.
As good as you're getting.
Your operation manager
he
does
put it
not
in
compare to
color.
ours.
That was
Just to
literally
see-
our operations manager that just did this. That's
Are you?
Yeah, that's
are
the
you
COO.
secretly? Are you secretly her son, dude?
Aw.
Is Owen actually just
You
the
should go
prince of
find
England?
Prince Harry.
yeah.
The one time I go on camera.
The one time. This is what happens. You know what? Me and Owen get along because I'm always needing him for stuff, and he is a hard-working dude that I think he's gonna go places.
Yeah,
I'll just say it
Owen's,
that way.
Owen's awesome.
Yeah.
Shane, I've always had Zelda hearts.
Come
Like I'm always huge into gaming.
Zelda
Have you seen
Hearts.
it? Yeah, I got Zelda Hearts on my.
Yeah,
Oh.
Yeah,
yeah.
one of them is half. I'm a little damaged. So.
Oh, Steven, that's so cute.
You're a little damaged.
Everyone always reacts that way whenever I tell them that.
Oh, we
Is
gotta
that your
talk
only
about
tattoo?
this too. We're
No,
gonna readdress
I got one on my
PayPal
ankle.
stuff.
I got like tiny ones.
We got to readdress PayPal stuff. Hannah brought up a good point. We brought it up on this show when it first came out. PYUSD, not the word that it sounds like, but PayPal's stablecoin that was recently launched is definitely challenging rival stablecoins. And, you know, really what's going on in my mind, I want your opinion on this too. You know what I mean? And anyone else that's got opinions on this. But it's insane to me to think about the world's largest private payments processor being bold enough to put out a stable coin while there is still not regulatory clarity from the world reserve currency owner of the United States. That seems like a risky biscuit play. Anyone in the Discord of Blockchain Basement, follow Risky Biscuits because that's where you get all the dangerous alpha from BJ, who's out there in Denver. But yeah, so this post from XDairubi, I think that's how you say that. PayPal launches stablecoin PYUSD, challenging rivals. A launch of stablecoin backed by PayPal is a major milestone in the history of cryptocurrency. The U.S. online payment giant launched a stablecoin on August 7th, 2023, and now, God, it's already been like 20 days.
Yeah,
since then.
and
That's
I'm
insane.
like, so much has been going on. I don't think enough people like talked about this.
Right.
Like, it's already like other news has taken over this, and like this is huge
Right.
and scary.
It goes to show, at least it tells me how needed it is. Like you're right. This isn't even like something regulatory here in the U.S., but yet they still did it. Right. So what does that tell you? It's not, honestly, I don't even think it's that they know more than us. I really think they're just trying to, like, I'm just frozen. I truly think it's just because they see the real need in the market for stuff like this, right?
Yeah.
Like fiat currency, me personally, it's gonna go out the window.
They all do. They all have
Written
like a
on the
few-
wall.
Like you said earlier, everything's gonna turn digital. So PayPal's just trying to set themselves up ahead of everything else.
That's what it looks like.
Yo.
Right? They know something. They know where this is
PayPal
going.
knows all.
Well,
PayPal is so ahead of us,
Right.
and this is crazy. Like, I mean, I've just like brought this up. Like, I was thinking about it again because, like you said, it was 2 weeks ago, but I was thinking about it today. And like Depop, it's an app that I sell clothes on. We used to be able to manage the money and the funds through the app, and you just like send it to your bank straight from the app, but they integrated with PayPal. Now you have to use PayPal. eBay, you have to use PayPal. All the e-commerce kids that are using Shopify and selling things online, they use PayPal. That's how they get paid.
Right.
PayPal blocks their funds sometimes. Like they'll get locked in their account and they can't get it, and they have to like contact all these people, and it's like a mess. But I'm like, if all your money, you were using USDC, PYUSD or whatever, if you're using that and then PayPal has an issue, and we already know that PayPal has that written in their terms that if you do something
$2,500
and they snuck it back
You talk like me
into
online.
the terms and conditions.
Yeah.
That is crazy.
How long does it take for you to get your money into PayPal? Like whenever you do sell stuff with your app,
it pays you like the day of.
like the
Sometimes it will
day
take-
of or instantly.
If it's instant, it takes a fee, I believe. It's like the next day it'll show up.
I wanted to tell a quick little story. Again, this has to do with Cardano. I had a wallet where I have my majority of my holdings is in Cardano, and I lost my seed phrases.
Oh God.
Yeah, I lost my seed phrases, and for like the longest time, I didn't have my seed phrases, and I just had my Cardano on this wallet. So I decided the other day, you know what? I'm gonna be a big boy and be responsible, and I'm gonna make a whole new wallet, set everything up, and write down all the seed phrases. And I transferred all of that Cardano, all that money from one wallet to another, and it took literally seconds.
Absolutely.
Literally seconds.
It feels good, right?
It feels amazing.
Yeah.
Like I didn't have to interact with any bank. There wasn't any middleman.
Right.
And it just worked. You know? And I find it so crazy to me that people still use services like PayPal to
It could all be so simple.
right. It's just
But-
so much simpler.
Also, PayPal has solved problems though, because I know like when people are shopping online, you don't always have your card. You don't always want to go get your wallet. Sometimes it's in your car or whatever. If you have PayPal, you can just enter your PayPal information and hit buy. And like everybody loves that.
They make it user friendly, man. Elon helped develop this thing, and it's taken over payments as far as being a private company. It is the world's largest private payment processor. So just keep that in mind when we're talking about this, what they're moving into. It's pretty insane, and it would have been amazing to get into PayPal when it was, really early on. And so, one of the
when
things
Elon bought it.
Yeah, well, he helped put it together. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's like if you could have been in early on that, that is also life-changing wealth on the traditional side of things. And we have a channel sponsor. I want to thank very much for keeping us alive, keeping us kicking here, taking care of us. Link to, it's basically uniquely redefining private investing by simplifying complexities and pioneering new pathways in private investing. So here's kind of a layout. Link to minimum investment $5K against competitors, minimum investment of $100,000. Company selection, you have full control. Company selection on others, no control. So no brokerage fees, up to 5% with other people. If you are in traditional stocks, you're looking at companies that are on the up and come within the crypto space as well. We're looking at Chainalysis as one of their options. I would highly recommend you click the link in our description, check them out. Absolutely fantastic company that's supporting people like me, like Hannah, like Steven, like Owen or Princess Diana's brother in keeping this buck going. It's gonna be okay. You're her brother now. I kind of, I see how I molded that. You know what I mean?
Prince Owen.
That's
his
Somebody
name.
said, "Oh boy,
That's
did
his name in the community now. It's now Prince Owen.
Yeah.
TJ's chicken salad. Oh boy, did the king get Owen for looking too much? Damn, Owen's been offed.
Dude, I'm trying to fix the cameras.
Oh my God. Yeah. He's out there doing tech stuff. He's a techie learner, but also we'll touch on this before we head out today. So Justin, SEC attorney, withdraws in case against Ripple. Now, there isn't a ton behind this story. It's really just, in my opinion, this is attorneys with the SEC and past, chairs of the SEC or people that have worked there really have been kind of voicing their disdain against Gary Gensler and his idiotic approach of enforcement by basically regulation by enforcement is the best way to put it. So he'll enforce things just like the ATF does and then make the rules up along the way to make sure they try and fit the narrative. I think that he's experiencing some dissent within the SEC. We have Hester Peirce that I am hopeful that she may, be able to take the chair position from Gensler at the SEC because of this debacle that he has created. But it's been really interesting. So you think about it, Jay Clayton was the chair of the SEC when the SEC went after Ripple originally, right? And Jay Clayton, the next day, leaves. He's done. That was his last day as the chair of SEC, was going after XRP. Then you got Gary Gensler, ex-MIT crypto nerd, that's sitting here saying everything's a security and the only thing you can't go after is Bitcoin. But seeing this slow descent away from Gary Gensler and the overall ruling that we got about XRP not being a security for retail and secondary markets tells me this is all just a farce. This is an attempt to keep people like you and like me away from these assets before they explode. That's what, in my mind, nefarious leaders of money would do and probably have done and verifiably have done through the history of the United States. So just keep that in mind. It might probably just be a psyop to keep you on the sidelines and scared, right? Just like they did in the pandemic. Think about it. And the last big thing we got is the U.S. government is suing Elon Musk's SpaceX. This just broke Kind of interesting reasonings, though. U.S. government has announced that it is set to sue Elon Musk, specifically the U.S. Justice Department, reporting that the lawsuit involves discrimination against hiring asylees and refugees.
What is that? What's an asylum?
Asylees is like asylum seekers.
Like basically, like people who immigrated, right? Like from like seeking
they'd
asylum.
They'd be coming from war-torn countries, or big problem, big bada boom. Moreover, a press release announced that the lawsuit filing took place today. Allegations state that SpaceX discouraged asylees and refugees from applying and refused to hire or consider them. According to the press release, additionally, the allegations stem from September 2018 to May 2022. The reasoning for the lack of consideration was based on citizenship status, violating Immigration and Nationality Acts. Now, this is all just backwards land, because guess what? Give me a close-up on. Where did he go? Did he die? I have been turned down many a time for the color of my skin and the gender of my body. So seeing this stuff, it's a open hiring. What do you call it? A right to work. Seeing this be kind of forced upon Elon Musk, that I experienced the discrimination on the other side. So I don't really have too big of a violin to play for the DOJ in their affirmative hiring processes here. What do you got?
If the government comes for Elon,
it's over.
Then what? I have one hope left. If that happens, it's gone. It's all done.
He's the richest man on earth.
That will suck shit.
He's the richest man on earth, and if the U.S. government is going after him, no one's safe.
He's not the
Literally
richest man
nobody
on
is.
earth. The sheiks in the Middle East.
Google says if you look up who's the richest person in the world, or in the world, I think it says Elon Musk. I'm like, you're blatantly lying.
Right. I trust everything I read over the internet.
Well, Oh yeah. Last thing of advice. So I want to show you guys how to find information, actual information. This is how I learned how to basically decode Google, because there's buried information on Google. Look up how to Boolean search. Now, Boolean search is basically just a mathematical form of speaking to Google. So let's say, you want to find out what happened with tacos. So tacos in quotations, and, which is an additional, and green chili.
This?
And El Sal. Oh, you got to do in quotations to keep it together.
What in the nuts?
I'm showing you how to.
Yeah, people don't really know how to use Google. They think it's like you ask it a question and you get something.
Yeah,
no,
this is how you speak to Google to get very specific information, and the World Economic Forum.
Are the ands necessary?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
You think?
I know. You can do or.
Do they have to be all caps like that?
Yes.
Oh, you need it to include all of them.
So now you get to see there is nothing on the internet that has every single combination of green chili and El Salvador and tacos and the World Economic Forum.
On Google, though.
On Google. And you can do this same process on Yahoo, on Bing, on all the other kind of search systems that you use. This I am just ending the show with, because it is up to you at home to do your due diligence to find out what the real alpha is before other people know. And using this is how you will be really surprised at the information that is publicly available on the internet. If you get interested and inquisitive enough, and you combine these Boolean searches for what you're looking for in particular, say you type in World Economic Forum and Algorand in 2017, go type that in, see what you find. It's very interesting. This is how you find that information for yourself. So I just wanted to show you guys this information. I know it, maybe a lot of people in my chat already know it, but I've met many that don't. This is what I used to do in my professional job, was research, be a headhunter. Could find pretty much anyone's phone number. So with that being said, God, it was a good show.
It was great.
Yeah.
This is a good show.
I always tell people to stay skeptical. No matter what.
Skeptical.
Question everything.
Question everything. That's good advice. Sin Diesel, Sofa King, Mike Vollmer, Gaddafi. Oh, Gaddafi. God. Gaddafi.
What?
You don't want to know what Gaddafi? What happened to Gaddafi?
No, what? No.
Hillary saw. She came.
Oh, yeah.
He died.
I've seen that.
Right?
I've seen that.
Yeah, he
got Obama'd.
Yeah. Yeah, if Gaddafi was still in power, then the UK would be safe right now from its absolute devastation it's experiencing right now from asylees, I guess is the politically correct term to use for them. But Sunit Prasur, The Deadwoods, C90FTW, Ryan Anderson, Veteran Crypto, SCS Finance, Crypto Ale, Gary Austin. Fantastic show today. It really felt good. I appreciate it. You guys are the best channel, best chat on the internet right there. And, you know, I really hope you have a fantastic day. We will be back tomorrow. And go touch the grass. Go hug your loved ones. Take care.
Touch grass.